Romans chapter 5 today, continuing chapter 5, verses 6 and following through like verse 11. Here's what I want you to listen for today. We're going to learn that God loved us even while he knew the worst of us, right? So huge deal for us to think about, for us to comprehend. God knew exactly who you were. He knew exactly who I was. Even while I was still a sinner, Jesus still died for me. Listen to what Paul says. For while we were still weak, at the right time, Christ died for the ungodly. For one will scarcely die for a righteous person, though perhaps for a good person one would dare even to die. But God shows his love for us in that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Since therefore we have now been justified by his blood, much more shall we be saved by him from the wrath of God. For if we were still enemies, we were reconciled to God by his death of his Son. Much more now that we are reconciled, so we be saved by his life. More than that, we also rejoice in God through our Lord Jesus Christ, through whom we now have received reconciliation. Church, here, listen. God knew who you were. He knew all of the bad stuff in your past, all of the bad stuff in my past, all the things that I've done and still do against him, and Jesus still died for me. That love is huge. So first thing I want you to get, how much does God love you? How much does God love you? Second question, second thing to think about. If while we were still sinners, Christ died for us, here's what Paul says. He says, more than that, now that we're reconciled, shall we be saved by his life. Here's the deal. If God loved you enough to send Jesus Christ to die for you in the midst of your worst moment, how much more is God going to guarantee that you have everlasting life with Jesus Christ because he loved you enough to send his Son to die for you?